Hey guys, and welcome back to the Traxion channel for another new video, in which I'm going to be discussing and introducing you to one of the most talked about and probably most unique arcade racing games to come out of 2020. Before we jump into the game in question, I want to first take you back to 2015. Now, in 2015, a video game producer called Fun Selector produced this game, which is called Absolute Drift. Now, as you can see, it's like an overhead view arcade racing game, and you can slide about. It's a really satisfying game mechanic, and basically it's designed as a bit of an artistic game, a bit minimalist, looks really cool, nothing like your typical arcade racing game, but takes you back to those days of overhead cameras and stuff like that. And to be honest, it's really good fun. Basically, this was a pretty successful game. It didn't get massive reviews, it got pretty mixed reviews in all honesty, but I think it's an absolutely awesome game. Now, Fun Selector obviously took what they did with Absolute Drift and have been working on it behind the scenes, and have come out with a new game in 2020 called Art of Rally. Now, I'm sure some of you will have heard of this, some of you might not have, as usual, but basically what Art of Rally has tried to do is take the kind of base game of what Absolute Drift did well, and just make it look incredible and pretty. And from what I've seen, it looks awesome, so I'm really looking forward to showing you guys what it's all about. I will get to Art of Rally once I'm finished drawing circles, because this is fun, I don't really want to stop. Anyway, before the video gets too long, it's probably time I jump into it. So Art of Rally, as it probably sounds like it would be, is all about the art of rally. So the most important parts are the visual aspects, I think the soul and passion of stage rallying, and it's trying to incorporate all of that into an arcade game. I'm getting a bit like, I don't really know what to say about it just because I think it's really cool. And honestly, I've just got a lot of enthusiasm for this game. You can instantly see what they're trying to achieve by the menu. You know, everything's very clean, everything's very minimal. But you've got different game modes here. You've got career, time attack, custom rally, online events, and free roam. So we're just going to give a few of these things a try and just show you what the game's all about. The first thing I want to discuss when it comes to this game is the car list. Now, this could probably be a video on its own, to be honest, because I think the car list is just awesome. They've obviously been unable to use real car names just because of copyright issues and stuff like that, so they've had to improvise, but they've done a great job in naming all these cars. It's entertaining in itself. The thing I love most about this, though, is the way the cars look within each class, and also just how much detail's gone into them, and how many cars there are as well. So you've obviously start off with Group 2, so this is like your, your late 60s with your Alpine, your Mini, and your Ford Escort. Group 3 gets a little bit more modern, goes into the 70s with your Escort Mark II, we've got a Fiat 131 Abarth, Opel Kadett. They're all very obviously recognisable cars. La Wedge, the Stratos, and it goes from there. We move into the 80s, we've got the Renault 5, we've got the BMW M3, Das Whip, the Turbo Brick, couldn't have said it better myself, Das Uberwhip, the M1 Pro car, and the Cosy SR5, and it goes on. I mean, look at this. We've got all of the kind of most famous and iconic Group B monsters, all with amazing names. Das Uber Speed Van. We've got a VW van as well in Group B. Not sure what that's doing there. Now, Group S is something I need to talk about, because Group S is a class of rally that never actually happened in real life. It was meant to come after Group B. Group B was way too dangerous, and just after these cars had started being developed, they banned Group B and come up with Group A instead. So all of these Group S cars are super special because they were never raced, they were too fast to race, but the development still happened in them. So you've got, this is what the Audi was going to be, Das Eibenhammer. We've got, looks like the kind of next natural development in Mazda's rallying program from the RX-7. I mean, imagine a faster version of the Lancia Delta S4. Like, crazy. This thing does exist in real life, by the way. Go and find it on YouTube, because I'm sure there's someone taking it to shows and doing some events in it and stuff like that, and it's just an absolute monster. Your final class is Group A, which takes us into the 90s, and you've got obviously your Lancia Delta Integrale, your Subaru, and they've picked the Coupe, the two-door version, which is incredibly beautiful and one of my favourite cars of all time. You've got the Celica, you've got Tommy Mackinnon's Mitsubishi, the Max Attack, and then you've got your Escort Cosworth as well. You thought we were done, but no. If you go into something like free roam mode, you can see some of the cars that are actually locked. And we have, I say cars, we've got vans. We've got the Speed Van, we've got this High Speed Van, we've got this Cube Van, and Fun Selector's van, which I think is just awesome. We've also got the Pigeon from BeamNG, we've got a Dakar truck, and we've got a log transporter. So yeah, ridiculous really. As I said, the car list could probably be its own video, and apologies if that wasn't of interest to you, but I really had to get it in because for any rally fans that have been fans of the sport and its history, this is a really awesome car list. And to be honest, I love the aesthetic of them as well. I love the design. I think it looks really cool, and yeah, looking forward to taking them onto the stages. As you can see at the end, the vans and the tuk-tuk lookalike and all that are unlockables through career mode. So I kind of want to show you what career modes looks like. So you've got all the different classes here, and you obviously need to go through each class to unlock the next one, and it just goes through era. So as you can see, I'm 20% through Group 2. I basically just did a test run to make sure things were working. and I've completed the very first rally. So 1967, I got 100% stage wins and 100% restarts, and then that unlocks 1968. So we'll jump in and do this one. I had AI on normal for the first stage, but I'm going to just bump up to skilled to make it a little bit more challenging, and I'll leave the damage level in default. So in the first class, we've got the option of the SKV1, which is the Ford Escort Mark 1, we've got the Mini, which is of course the Mini, and we've got La Montagne, which is the Alpine. I think I'm going to drive the Alpine for this one. So we've got the Japanese Rally 1968, we've got 2 stages, a 3.7 miler on the gravel, and then a 6.2 mile tarmac stage. So let's have a look at what this is all about. It just looks gorgeous. Like, I just want to go there. I want to go to this Minecrafty, pixelated. It's almost like Zelda vibes in the way that it's designed, and the little people as well. They're like little cubes, very, very cute. They're also standing in very dangerous positions, and as you'll see, they very quickly have to jump out of the way. So I'm using the controller. It is wheel compatible, but I actually find that the game handles better on a controller. It's more optimized. You've got this kind of overhead driving view. Oh no, I've hit a bale already. Sorry guys. You've got this overhead driving view, which is obviously not the kind of thing you'd expect from an arcade racing game, but some games are kind of designed around it, and in this game it works incredibly well. It feels awesome, it looks great, and you obviously can see everything the rally car is doing, which is such a big thing about rallying. You also have a handbrake button, so you can get the back end sliding as we go for a jump. Oh, lost it over the jump. Oh, I've actually lost it. You've also got a clutch button, so you can kick the clutch, and it's as simple as that, and it honestly just works really, really well. Got no pace notes, so you've got to look for the corners coming up. Oh, I've hit someone. The sounds are awesome as well, so the engine notes are all unique, and they try and make it sound like the real rally car would. But you've also got, you know, the noises of the exhaust and the backfiring and stuff like that under braking. It's yeah, it's just magic. In terms of the way the car handles, it's got that kind of same thing as Absolute Drift, where, you know, it's reasonably easy to pitch into a slide if you're just nice and gentle with the controls. But it's not that easy to save. It's not as if it's too easy to drive this car quickly. You've really got to think realistically in a way. It will punish you for making mistakes too, so you can't afford to go too fast, you can't afford to be too aggressive, but at the same time you can find time by getting the back end out and getting the power down like you would with a normal rear-wheel drive rally car. Okay, we must be getting near the finish now. Through the crowds of spectators. Nice. Other than that one mistake, it's been a reasonably good stage so far, so I'm hoping... I've never tried this difficulty level with AI, so I am hoping that it's enough to win the stage. Across the line in 3 minutes 9.546. Okay, so I came second in that stage, behind Michel Mouton, as opposed to Michel Mouton. I've got Bjorn Gardewald instead of Waldegard. I've got Marco Allen, Paddy Kirkhope. I love it, absolutely love it. You've also got the reasons why certain people have failed. So Phil Pack needs caffeine, Paddy Kirkhope forgot their pace notes, and Jill Gretner caught fire. I was 3.5 seconds behind Michel Mouton. Without that spin, it would have been very close. So let's see if I can reel her in on the second stage. We've got a purple sky for Mounted Kagi stage 2. Now this was a tarmac stage as well, so it's going to handle differently to the first one. Very nice start. Okay, so tarmac should give me a little bit more grip, so there should be a wee bit less sliding than there was in the first one. I did play this game a couple of times just before I started, just to make sure the controls were all working and get a slight feel for it. And I struggled probably the first stage or two, but you do quite quickly get used to it all and adapt to the way the car handles. And obviously, you can still find lots of stage time if you push a bit harder, and it does take a little bit of time to kind of get fully up to speed and get used to the braking distances and stuff like that. I'm definitely not there yet, but it's feeling more natural already. Ooh, a little bit too hot. I need to really hit a perfect stage if I want to beat Michel Mouton. And if I do beat Michel Mouton, does that make me a better driver than Michel Mouton? Probably not. Charge up the hill, you can see we're getting to the edge of the mountain now, you can just see the trees below, it's absolutely awesome. I've been distracted and I've crashed into a wall. If the game wasn't looking so good, then I could focus on the driving, but I can't do it. I can cut the corners though, apparently. I haven't seen any like track limits warnings yet, but obviously the game mechanics do punish you for running off. The grass is more slippy. Even when you're racing on the dirt stages, there's still a lot less grip off the actual stage, so it does simulate that quite well and kind of stops you from cutting too often. Oh no, I didn't see that barrier. That's not going to help. Come on. Over the hill, got some crowd here. I'm going to go as quick as I can past them. Oh, they did not get out of the way there. I'm so sorry. You might have noticed as well that when I go behind the trees, there's like the camera basically shows the car behind the trees, so it filters out the things that block in the view, which is really, really helpful. Over this jump. Oh, I should have slowed down more for that one. Just about got away with it. Oh, this is so fun. Like, I could just sit here and play this game all day, honestly. This spectator problem is exactly what the rally drivers had to deal with in the 80s. If you're not a massive fan of the history of rallying, I'd recommend going back and checking out some Group B stuff, because you'll see just how dangerous the crowds were, and these situations here replicated very well. So it looks like I've actually won the stage, and I've won the rally, so, oh, looks like we had a problem for Michelle Mouton. She dropped a minute and 45. So, yeah, I took the win. There's also something else that's really cool, which is leaderboard. So if I click leaderboard, it shows you obviously where you are on that particular stage in that class of car. So I'm 28.1 seconds off the record. Wow, that's very fast. It's a really good incentive that you see that put straight in front of you on the menu. It's very clear, and you instantly know, okay, I need to go a bit quicker if I want to get into the top 10%, or I can aim to get into the top 5%, or whatever it might be. You can also see if you're the slowest in the world, which is great. So we took 50% of the stage wins, 100% restarts left, so that's perfect. And we've unlocked a new car. I love the kids' enthusiasm when you win unlockables. That's like the inner child in me shouting at me for winning the stages. It's just a very, very happy game, isn't it? It just makes you feel good. And yeah, because we completed 1968, that unlocks 1969, and so on and so forth. It also said something there about you've got 5 restarts over the season, so you are limited, which means I think roughly 1 restart per event by the looks of it. The next thing I want to show you is online events. Now, if you click online events, you have a weekly event and a daily event. Now, this will be a randomly selected car and a randomly selected stage, and you basically go on, you've got 1 attempt, set your time, and see where you stack up compared to everyone else who's tried that on this day. It's a bit like they do with Dirt Rally 2.0, and I think it's brilliant. So let's try the daily event for today. We've got a 2.8 mile tarmac stage in Norway. So what car are we going to be in? I've not done a Norway stage yet, so this should be interesting, just to see how it differs from the gravel and the tarmac. Oh, we're in the Gordini. I can't remember if it's a Renault or an Alpine. Okay, so it looks like even though it's a snowy landscape, it is a tarmac road. So we should be well warmed up with this. You'd think by the cars I've been in for this video, I'm like working for Alpine or something in Formula 1. I promise I'm not. We're topping out at 85 miles an hour in 4th gear. I don't think there's any setup changes you can do in this game though, unfortunately. At least it's the same for everyone. Get through the spectators okay. Keep it pinned all the way around this left-hander. Car's getting squirrely. Oh, no, no, no. Ow. That's going to really ruin my time. I did not expect that tight corner there. It's not a long stage either, so I don't have time to make up for it, really. That was nice. Oh, no. Round the bales. And, yeah, I knew that would happen. So we missed the road. We've got a 5-second penalty, and we needed reset. This is only a short stage, but it's been terrible performance by me. I've just been trying too hard. And, yeah, same again at the end. Do a J-turn over the line, and it's a 2:48.043. To be fair, it is the morning when I'm recording this, and it looks like there's not been many people have done it yet. There's only 3 of us that have done it. So shout out to Nubby the Slime and Hazuko. There are literally only 2 names there, and I managed to get both of them wrong. It's Nubbly the Slime, and it's Hukizo, you absolute idiot. Because apparently you're the only 2 that are up for playing this game as early as me, although Hazuko's time, not so great. So to end the video, I think what I want to do is take on a quick stage in a very quick car, give you an impression of what the faster stuff is like, so it's not just the slower stuff you've seen. The German stages look pretty cool. Oh, I like that one. Let's try Mertersdorf. I think we've got to take on Group S, because obviously Group S is something I talked about at the start of the video. Really, really cool classic car that needs to be seen. I kind of want to drive the Mazda because it's got a rotary engine, and I want to kind of share with you more of the sounds of this game, and I think that'll sound really cool. I genuinely haven't tried it yet, so it might sound rubbish, but I'm feeling good. So we've got a 6-mile stage, and I think this is going to be a lot quicker. Obviously, we've got 4-wheel drive for the first time as well, compared to the rear-wheel drive that we've been driving so far, so that's going to have a different mechanic altogether. Proper Mazda rotary sound. So much power already. Oh, didn't expect the chicane, but we got away with it. Another chicane. Really testing my controller skills here. Nice through that one. A little bit slow into there, didn't get the background properly and get the car rotated, so it's going to cost me. So this stage really is like the German stages. You've got the Hinkelsteins. Yeah, we've definitely got the Hinkelsteins. Nice and narrow, you've got to really be precise, and obviously you've got those quick fire chicanes that you get in real German stages as well. Move out the way! Did a spectator seriously just stand in the middle of that jump? Over the jump. Oh wow. Just about kept it together. So this game obviously is called Art of Rally, and it can sound to some, I'm sure, like kind of quite a pretentious title, whatever you want to call it. I mean, to be honest, I think it sums it up beautifully, because what makes this game good is obviously the car is reasonably manageable to control, and you get used to it. It's still difficult, so you've got to improve and learn. But in general, when you get it right and when it hooks up, it just, everything about it feels right. It looks really good. You can see the car working away. You can see the slides you're producing. You can see the black lines go down the tarmac. You can really feel the surface changes as well. It captures the magic of the cars. It's got the sounds. They look really good. It captures the magic of 80s rallying when everything was dangerous, when the crowds were all in the way. Ignore that. But yeah, just in general, there's something about this game that really does capture the... Oh my goodness. Stop crashing. What I was trying to say is it just captures the magic of the sport so well in a really minimalist and simple way. Like, if you love rallying and you can get up to speed with this on a controller, I don't see a way where you couldn't like this game. Like, I think it's so difficult to dislike it when it's just so nice. 4:07.6 was the time. Let's see where we are. We're 75% of the way down the leaderboard. Right, I'm going to give that one more go. Same stage, but in a different car, just to give you an idea of some of the other sounds, and then we'll see how much I can knock off 4:07.6. Let's go for Das Eibenhammer, because I want the Audi Quattro sound. Okay, so this is the kind of first time where I've gone and done a stage twice. So let's see what difference it makes. When you do get to know the stages a wee bit, I think trying to find stage time and improving is actually something that's going to be really, really enjoyable. Because you can kind of feel what the car's doing underneath you, you can experiment with braking later, trying different driving techniques, and you can really feel it make a difference in your stage times. This car feels a little bit more heavy and leery than the Mazda, but to be honest, that's how it should feel, because it's probably, I mean, Audis in the 80s, the rally versions anyway, were typical for being a little bit heavy and leery and powerful compared to some of their kind of lighter, more nimble counterparts. Up to the Hinkelsteins. Much better. To the chicane. Nice. Sorry people, move out the way. Thank you. Oofed. This stage has been a bit of a cleaner run. It's still not been perfect. I did make one mistake up against the Hinkelsteins. So there's definitely more time again, but I still feel like I'm going to beat my previous. I was 75% down the leaderboard last time, so the target for this one is to get into the top 50%. Oh no! Get it going. Ah. Second big mistake of the stage. Oh, I've totally lost it now, guys. I've totally lost it. As per usual, crumbled under the pressure. Do you know what, though? Like, all I want to do is, and I know I can't do this in the video because the video will last for an hour, but I just want to keep doing this until I get better and better and just try and nail a perfect stage. It's really, really fun. There's the finish line. I did improve my time by, I think, around about 10 seconds, or maybe 8 seconds, can't quite remember. Did I get top 50? I did not, unfortunately. There was 3 mistakes, no excuses really, meant that I stay in the bottom half of the leaderboard, 35 seconds off the fastest. But I just know that if I was to jump back in now, try it again, and not make any of those mistakes, I'd have jumped into the top 50%. I think another video I really want to make on this game is just focusing on one car and one stage, and just seeing how close, with a bit of practice and effort, I can actually get to a world record. I don't think I'll get anywhere near, but it would be interesting to see how far I can push it with a bit more time, and yeah, I'll probably do that in another video. But anyway guys, that's going to be it for my introduction to Art of Rally. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching the video, guys. As I just said, I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly loved playing it, and I definitely want to play it some more, so I'm going to wrap up this outro very quickly so I can go and have some fun. In the meantime, guys, make sure you check out the Traxion channel for other racing game content. We've got games of all sorts on there and plenty more exciting stuff coming up in the future. So subscribe as well if you want to see that stuff as it comes out. Until next time, keep it pinned. Thanks for watching and have a great day.